Folks, you won't believe what's happening in the black community right now. Joe Biden thought he had him on lockdown, but that's all changing. In this video, we're going to expose the truth and show you how one giant figure has given up on Biden for this next election. People in the black community, listen to this, man. They're going to follow him, and it's going to hurt Biden's campaign, rightfully so. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
The African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Sure you will. So Joe Biden thinks that the black community still supports him overwhelmingly. But there is one giant among that community that has given up on him. Quite frankly, I don't know why he didn't give up on him back in 2020, but it is what it is. I guess he had to have close to 4 years of complete total destruction of the black community and America in general to finally wake up. Guys, here is the mainstream news, CBS News, if you will, telling the world that Biden's in trouble with the black community. Let's give it a watch.
Welcome back to America Decides. More than 3 years after his victory speech, President Biden faces what appears to be, at least to the polls, waning support among black voters in our country.
I wonder why.
This, as an influential radio host named Charlemagne the God, says he regrets backing Biden in 2020.
I knew this was coming.
He told Politico, quote, "It's almost like Democrats are doing this purity test. America's not pure. The people of America are not pure. We're flawed. I'm not looking for my politicians to be pure. I'm looking for my politicians to be effective."
Guys, what he's saying is, don't vote for a person because of how they look or how nice a guy you think he is. I love that guy. He's a great guy. He wears a cowboy hat. No, you vote for a politician because of the results he's going to give for you. Smart politics.
November, we got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want.
National political reporter for Politico,
Where do you
Braxton
hear
Booker,
this?
who wrote that piece on Charlemagne the God, joins us now. Braxton, it's great to see you. Fantastic piece.
Thank you.
Let's dig into this. According to a Gen Forward survey, which you also wrote about in a separate piece for Politico, 17% of black Americans support former President Trump. 20% said they're not for Biden or Trump. Let's do the quick math. 37% not in the Biden coalition.
Guys, if a Democrat presidential candidate doesn't get 37% of the black vote, it's over. It doesn't matter if none of that 37% goes to Trump. The Democrats depend on the black community to come out and vote for them in order to win elections. It's amazing how the Democrats made black Americans dependent on government in a flawed symbiotic relationship, because while they were kept people on assistance and like just enough food to eat so you don't starve, just enough education to keep you out of opportunities that everyone else has, and fight for yourself through the crime in your own neighborhoods. Yet after treating people that way for decades, they still depended on that group of people, the black community, who they treated like fools to come out and vote for them, basically to keep them at the level of fools. Well, black Americans are waking up and showing us that they're nobody's fool. You see, the Democrats have been very good at coming up with ways of making black voters believe that they're the ones that care about them and that they're the ones that make sure that they will provide for them. And those evil Republicans over there, they're the ones who hate them. They don't want you to excel. They're the reason why you live the way you live. Meanwhile, the Republicans don't represent them. It's Democrats who represent them. Now, Donald Trump came along and destroyed that narrative with his policies when he was in office. We had more jobs than people to fill them under Trump. Unemployment went to the lowest levels ever recorded in this country for black workers. And unlike Joe Biden's jobs report, Trump's jobs did not mostly go to foreign-born workers, including illegal aliens that he stuffed into cities. And most of Trump's jobs, unlike Biden's, were not part-time. And guys, I don't care what leftists in the news media say anymore about Donald Trump or Democrats in power. All day long, they lie about him. But you know what? Not getting through anymore. We're going to find out why.
Outbursts, at times so heated, police had to step in. We're talking about city council today and a vote to spend $51 million on helping migrants here in Chicago. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kosloff was there for all the action action in Dana, strong feelings all around. Yeah, Erica, and for many different reasons, among them the fact that this $51 million approved today is only a short-term fix, and more money will be needed in just weeks.
As Black people who have been hurt continuously by the city and country it loves, it ain't our responsibility to take care of everybody else.
Guys, you see what they're saying now? It's about illegal migrants. The biggest mistake that the Democratic Party ever made was shipping 10 million illegals to cities around the country. And the blue cities are the ones run by Democrats that became sanctuary cities. They're the ones that are receiving them. It's the biggest mistake they ever made.
And anger.
We don't want to have to recall anybody. We don't want to have to protest anybody, but we are not going to be ignored, Mayor Johnson.
And it cannot be put on the backs of the residents of Chicago without showing them that they're getting something out of this.
That's right. But now that the Black community is waking up to the fact that Donald Trump in 4 years never did anything like this to Black neighborhoods. Trump never sent tens of thousands of illegal migrants, paupers in their own right, into Black communities to eat up all the resources that the taxpayers in those communities pay. And guys, it's not like this is a Johnny-come-lately thing where the Black community is only waking up now. This next video was done 6 months ago. Give it a watch.
We are taxpayers. We're property owners. Our money should go towards fixing our communities.
The city
Can you disagree with her?
has received more than 15,000 migrants since August 2022.
15,000 people embedded into your community, right? Who aren't contributing jack squat, and Jack left town. And now these guys, the residents there, they're finally realizing we're getting screwed.
We have no more room. Y'all are embarrassing Chicago as a whole.
According to analysis by the ABC7 data team, there are more than 20 active migrant shelters across the city, 7 located on
20 migrant shelters
on the south and west sides.
Whether it's one shelter or whether it's 10 shelters, we're saying the facilities that are there for us, the money needs to be put into those facilities for us.
Yeah, guys, that was 6 months ago. I call that a warning shot. But the Democrats in Chicago, New York, California, and elsewhere, they aren't listening. If they're not listening to their constituents anymore because they got new constituents who they consider unregistered Democrats, what makes anyone think that they're going to listen to them when they complain? To the Democrat politicians now, their constituents are just a bunch of goddamn complainers. So Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson had 6 months to do something to make it appear that his Black constituents still mattered to him and to the city. He did nothing because nobody said to him in government, let's go, Brandon. And the Brandon in the friggin' White House is the one that did this to them. Now, they tried to lie for the longest time. So, oh, it was Governor Abbott in Texas. Those Republicans. No. They're sanctuary cities supposed to take them in. Democrat politicians are putting up with thousands upon thousands of illegals being sent to their cities, knowing that it is displacing American citizen constituents because they believe that the sheer numbers of illegals that are coming in are going to bring them back power. And this final video is to show you that it's not just in the Black community that people think this guy's a loser. You gotta love that, guys. Now, that's the white section of Emmaus, Pennsylvania, which is just a holler from Allentown, PA. They're shouting out loud at a Democrat president of the United States that he's a loser. And you know why? Because he's a loser. All right, guys, smash that like button if you think the Democrats are in big heap doo-doo with the Black community. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please share these videos with like-minded friends who want to stay informed with what's really going on. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
Could we ever change?